What's the word, y'all? Man, if you've been watching One Piece as long as I had, you would know that Johnny Knoxville was actually holding back against his fight against Butterbean. You would also know that One Piece isn't just farts and giggles, devil fruits and teenager agendas. It got layers upon complicated mumbo-jumbo, gods and reincarnation, censorship, and freedom. Tons of complicated stuff that we are not about to go off today. Because I'm just an average 18-year-old kid who's just starting off college, you know? I'm filming this video while I'm late to college. Like, think about that. I ain't about to talk to you guys about how your government should run. But hey, I think it's all common sense that if you're given a budget to fix your people's flooding system so that their houses wouldn't get destroyed, and you spend that budget on 40 supercars, I think it's safe to say that's pretty stupid. Today, we're tackling the most asked question in all of One Piece. Behind who has the biggest boobs, is One Piece just one big giant hentai girl with one giant piece of bra? Why didn't Roger go after Imu? I mean, if you really think about it and take 2 steps back and 2 steps forward, why didn't Roger just like that? Roger conquered the Grand Line, found the One Piece, uncovers the secrets of the Void Century, and instead of having like a Avenger-style Marijua fight and battling Imu at the top of the mountain or something like that to save the Blue Planet, he and his crew just laugh? Why? What's the reason? Like, it's all insane to just say it out loud. Picture this, okay? Roger figuring out the world's biggest conspiracy and just going, yeah, yes guys, this is hilarious, okay everybody? By the way, really, can I have Shaki for a little while, you know what I'm saying? It's like finding out your friend met Chris Hansen the wrong way. But I'm sure, in fact, I'm 199% sure that Oda will answer all of our questions in the Gold D. Roger flashback in about like 8 to 10 years. It will probably be heart-wrenching, And we'll probably cry a little, like a lot. But before that, subscribe, like, support small creators like me, trying to make it, and fuck Jack. Please comment fuck Jack. I don't even care, but he's the most... As of right now, we can only speculate on why Roger never went after Imu. So let's all set the stage here, people. Who is he as a character? Again, we only got in flashbacks from different characters' perspectives, different characters' flashback, especially from Odin's flashback from chapter 966 to 968. And of course, we're also getting flashbacks of him from the Roger/Shaggy/Harold flashback, with all the bits and pieces of it in God Valley that is still going on today, and that you might have spoilers on the way, okay? So I'm gonna just warn you guys. But with all the pieces, I think I can put it all together. Me, just a small One Piece YouTuber, I think I can put it all together. Okay? In fact, I bet my friend's Jack's life that I can put it all together. Hell, if I'm wrong, you can come to collect your payment, okay? I do not care, but I'm 100% sure that I'm right. Firstly, let's go back 800 years. I'm joking. 50 years ago in the One Piece world, a young Goldie Roger was just starting out in Logtown in the East Blue with a very familiar and very important straw hat. As to how he got his hat, we still don't know. Maybe he got it from like a distant relative related to the Davy clan, or he just robbed a grave related to a Void Century grave. We don't know. We know that Straw Hat is related to Joy Boy or something to do with the Davy clan, thus being related to the Void Century. At this point, that Straw Hat has been more passed around like the Kardashian. Now, that begs the question, how much does Roger know about the Void Century back then? We know he learned everything he wanted to know, all the history, all the secrets of the world in Laughtale. But as of right now, what does he know? Is his origin more similar to how Shanks and Luffy started, innocent dreamers, or is it more like Blackbeard's start, inherited will? The answer is still unknown. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite incident, the Island of Dreams and Dreamers. All the famous people just go into this one island to do heinous stuff. Yes, I'm talking about the God Valley incident. We know the conclusion of God Valley. We just don't know if it's real or not, or Sengoku's just making shit up, okay? Rox was defeated by Garp and Roger. They teamed up together to beat his entire living bass. Whether or not Imu is there, we still don't know. But with Imu's island erasing powers flexing on Lulusia, either way, this might be the first instant that Roger sees the corruption of the world government, the celestial dragons' insane rituals, like their native hunting competition, which is basically an Epstein Island-esque, ritual with a Drake level world tour. And of course, the island vanishing from existence. And I just want to side note here, people doing heinous stuff in islands, not really original anymore. Like, it's kind of overdone right now in real life and in like fiction. I kind of want to see more variations to like, to this stuff. Maybe we'll get like a Epstein level love boat or something like that. We can only hope. Now, after a mysterious 10-year gap after God Valley, Roger gets his terminal illness. This is when he recruits Crocus at Reverse Mountain to keep him from kicking, and in 1 year's time, Roger would get everything he ever wanted and die. In one single year, Roger got Crocus to prolong his life, gets the poneglyph from Big Mom, gets Odin to translate the poneglyphs from Whitebeard's crew, translate the Fishman Islands poneglyph and the Skypiea one, gathers all the 4 road poneglyphs together and goes to the final island and learns everything about the Void Century. All while suffering the mysterious illness that mysteriously gets every overpowered character because they're too strong. Now, knowing all this, we got 2 questions in mind. Let's start with the first question, after I take a water break. I ain't cutting this. Why didn't Roger go after Imu after God Valley? Again, the first question is still going on. We don't know what happened in God Valley. We only know that what Son Goku told us about the conclusion. We don't know if to believe him or not. Maybe Roger never knew Imu existed until Laughtale. But even if he did, after seeing heinous stuff the world government is doing, the slaves, all that stuff, would Roger really build up all this army and just storm Marijua just like that? Even Luffy is not even doing that. He doesn't care. Roger doesn't seem like the type to go after the world government just like that. Unless the world government does something to his crew or his friend or his, crush, then of course he would do something, okay? But as of right now, Roger is not a revolutionary, okay? He's just a fun pirate just going around just like Luffy. That really only leaves one question, ladies and gentlemen. Why didn't Roger go after Imu after Laughtale? Knowing what he knows now, knowing everything about the world, the Void Century, the ancient weapons, the whole world government cover-up of the entire world, why didn't he just yo everybody, we're all gonna die? So why not? Why didn't Roger just storm the Holy Land guns blazing? I have 3 theories. Number 1, Roger was too early. Roger stopped at Fishman Island, and for almost a quarter of that chapter and the chapter after it, it was heavily focused on a character that's not even born yet. Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess, aka Poseidon, someone who controls the Sea Kings. Even if Roger was strong enough to protect everything and everyone, he was not dumb enough to just storm Marijua empty-handed. He was smart enough to know that he was too early. Think about this, okay? Joy Boy's massive army with his all amazing technology was not enough to beat Imu. And we only know half of that story. Roger, on the other hand, knows all of it. So he made a judgment call for himself. So he was like, yeah, I'm too late because this Shirahoshi girl not even born yet. Cause look at Roger's action after he found out he was too early, okay? He had a son. He gave his will to Shanks. He let himself be captured and sparked the Great Pirate Era with his execution speech in Chapter 1. Just so Roger can wait for the one man who will liberate the world in due time. Reason 2. He was too late. He had a month or a year at most. Launching a full world government style fight, you have to do so many things perfect. Like, for example, hunting down the ancient weapons, avoiding the marines, gathering up allies while not having that much time. Even if he did, okay, if he gathered all the ancient weapons and all the allies, a sick Whitebeard couldn't even fight right in Marineford. Think about a sick Roger fighting Emu and then maybe Garp? It just wouldn't work. It's like running a marathon with the flu, except the track is on fire and everyone's shooting at you. Reason 3. Not enough resources. Spoilers for chapter 1160, so if you're not caught up, please skip this, part of the video. But we know Rox was after 3 things: the Galilea Giants and the 2 legendary Devil Fruits. We can only speculate that one of those Devil Fruits is actually Nika and the other one is something else, maybe Blackbeard's fruit. Considering that Roger knows the entire history of the Void Century, he would know that he needed this legendary Nika fruit to defeat Emu. Roger knew if he was about to go there guns blazing, he would lose because he didn't have, the power. He needed a better, bigger plan to fight Emu. Without the legendary Nika Fruit's powers and Poseidon's power to control the Sea Kings, it's simply not possible to go there and beat Emu. That's why Roger spent so long contemplating with Madame Shirley. He was so shocked, being revealed like, oh, yes, you did this, you perfected the world, you're the pirate king, you found the One Piece, you got everything you ever wanted, but it's all meaningless, kinda. He can't do anything. That's why, he went to the last island thinking that, someone, maybe there's a chance. And that is why Roger couldn't stop Emu after Laughtale. Subscribe, like, support small creators. I love you guys. Real one, say it back.